Okay, today we're going to go over Saw Hood 101. I've got Marc Urban here with me, the inventor of the Saw Hood, and we're going to go over all the details to make the Saw Hood the most incredible product you'll use on your chop box saw or wet saw or your home or shop miter box saw. And we're going to start from the very beginning, and Marc, we're going to open up the Saw Hood and we're going to show you exactly what you're going to get when you get the Saw Hood. So here we go. When you open it up, it all comes packed up really nicely. We've actually just changed the Saw Hood to a more compact design. It used to be a little bit larger box, very expensive to ship. We got some complaints about that, and you know, we're DVC and we're the Toyota Production System. We're always looking for better ways to do things. So we found a way to make the Saw Hood more compact, cut the shipping in half, get it to you at a better price. And this is what we've got. So you're going to get it, you're going to open it up out of a plastic bag like this, and it's actually collapsed in half the way we get it. And we've got some great instructions as well that come in every Saw Hood. And I'm going to step over here and grab these. There's those. Now, I'm kind of a pet peeve about directions. I always like lots of pictures because I'm not into reading directions. So we've got some nice color photographs, not black and white. And on the back, it shows the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps to set it up. But we're going to go through it, and Marc's going to show you. So here it is. We're going to open it up. The first thing you got to notice here, as Marc's putting it together, is, Zach, let's come down here and we'll see this joint. This joint has a little bit of elastic in it. It's like a tent pole, and it just snaps together like that. So Marc, go ahead and put it all together, and let's see how that all works. The first one is the top one that we're going to put together. It's got a little Velcro right here. We're going to push that back to close after we get that joint together. Marc just sealed that up really nicely. And then we're just going to go through every one of them. There's about 6 of them. It only takes a second. And put those all together, and we're done. Okay, so we've got the Saw Hood for the most part assembled. Marc now has got the arms in here, and they're adjustable back and forth simply like this and with the knob. Now we're going to put it on the saw, and we're going to see just how fast and easy it goes on the saw. So go ahead, Marc. So what we've got is on the back side of the saw, and Zach, we'll have you come over here and take a look at this. We've got accessory holes. And most saws have these accessory holes, which are right back here. And these holes allow you to mount things like clamping mechanisms. And in our case, we're going to mount our Saw Hood adjustability arms right into there, just like that. So there you go. The Saw Hood's set there. The next thing is we're just going to undo these Velcro straps like this. And we're going to let this drop down. And in seconds, the whole Saw Hood is set up. We'll make sure that we pull this down into a box or a collection area right down here at the bottom. So now we're ready to start cutting, and all the dust will go into there. So Marc, go ahead. Make some cuts, and we'll see what happens. So you can see, as Marc's doing this, that we're cutting a 2x4. We're getting a lot of dust. And everything's going into here. Okay, Marc, let's stop there. And everything's gone into here. All the scrap wood goes into there. And look what happens down here. Everything goes into here. And we've got all the dust collected. And when you tap it, everything goes right into the box. And there's virtually hardly anything on the floor. So your whole work area stays clean. The big issue is, if you've ever tried to bring a miter box saw inside in a house, it blows dust all over the walls. You know that problem, Marc.
Exactly. Cleanup is
a nightmare.
Contractors don't like a lot of guys cutting inside the house for an exact reason. Well, if you got weather issues, or you got a long distance you got to travel.
Right.
Now, in a job site where carpet's not in yet, but maybe the walls are painted, and you're in there to do your trim, you want to cut inside right there with your trim, so it's quick and easy.
And you're not walking all over the place.
Exactly. This is going to keep all that dust from getting all over the walls that the cleaning ladies charge extra for.
Right.
So this is going to eliminate.
Plus, it makes you look more like a pro too.
Exactly.
I mean,
every job I've been on, the contractor's been amazed at the quality of this. That I've got something to keep the dust, and a lot
that you even care enough to do
right,
that.
A lot of them that previously wouldn't allow me to cut inside the house are okay with it now.
Exactly, because you're not blowing everything anywhere, and it's easy for you, because at the end of the job, your cleanup's a snap instead of this big, huge mess.
Quick and easy.
So now let's show them how easy it is to bring the Saw Hood closed and put it back in the truck, because everything about this product is easy. So Marc likes to tap it a little bit, get everything collected down in the box, and then you just bring it up over like that, and we have some Velcro straps. We actually have 3 of them. So you bring one over like this, And then you just Velcro it around. You don't have to be too precise, but just enough to get it secured. And then the whole thing lifts off. Sometimes I struggle with that top point. Just bring it around like that and get it on there. Very good. And then one person can just lift this off. And in a split second, this is in the back of the truck, nice and neat, organized, hanging up, and you're done. And then when it comes time to set it back up again, back onto the saw, and you're done. And an interesting story about this is when Mark first brought me this concept, he just kind of had the idea, and I said, well, Mark, I really need to see it work. We've got to kind of prove it. So I told him to go get a blue tarp and some aluminum. We bent up a funky little thing. Mark actually did it all.
And nuts and some bolts
and put it together, and we kind of proved the concept. It looked pretty bad, but it worked.
I still have those pictures.
Yeah,
too.
I'm sure you do. And we just kept making generation after generation until we finally got all the details right, and now we've got all these cool accessories and different ways to mount it, and we're going to go over all that, and we're going to go to the next saw, which will be the Makita saw. So let's break and go to the Makita saw.